Shalom. Yeah, well, first and foremost, I want to give all praise and honor and glory to y'all about Shimmy on Shine. I'd like to give double honors to the apostles of Great Millstone real well, and also like to give honors to the Akim that's out here pushing his truth and sincerity to the four corners. Just want to say Shalom. Uh, yeah, this is yeah, excuse me, I got a bad cold. Uh, just getting over it. I was dealing with the flu, but it don't matter. It ain't gonna stop the truth. We got to put this truth right here, no matter what. And this is about where the kingdom of heaven is going to be located at, and what is basically what it's going to look like. Because we, if you're dealing with Christianity, you think the kingdom of heaven is up in the clouds or somewhere, and it's not. It's going to be right here on earth. So we're going to get down into it. I'm going to start in Genesis. This is Genesis 26:1, and it says, "And there was a famine in the land, beside the first famine that was in the days of Abraham. And Isaac went unto Abimelech, king of the Philistines, unto Gerar. And the Lord appeared unto him, and said, Go not down into Egypt, dwell in the land which I shall tell thee of, and sojourn in this land, and I will be with thee, and will bless thee. For unto thee and unto thy seed I will give all these countries, and I will perform the oath which I swear unto Abraham thy father, and I will make thy seed to multiply as the stars of heaven." And then it says, and will give unto thy seed all these countries, and in thy seed shall all the nations of the earth be blessed, because that Abraham obeyed my voice and kept my charge, my commandments, my statutes, and my laws. Okay, so this was the covenant that he made with Abraham, and he said he was going to give the land to Abraham's descendants, which consisted of countries. Did you notice that it said it twice? And it put emphasis on the word countries, you know, and you know, so this place that which consists of the countries, which will make that place a continent, right? Okay, uh, and the place is the land of Canaan, which today is called Africa. But our kingdom will be it's going to be Africa plus Egypt plus Jerusalem plus the entire Middle East. Now you know that's a whole lot of land. And by the way, Africa itself has 53 countries inside of it, as a continent. And then add, like I said, add the rest of the Middle East and Jerusalem, and that's a great expanse of land. You know, uh, I'm gonna go into Psalms. This is Psalms 105, and it says, "He is the Lord our power; His judgments are in all the earth. He hath remembered His covenant forever, the word which He commanded to 1,000 generations, which covenant He made with Abraham, and His oath unto Isaac, and confirmed the same unto Jacob for a law, and to Israel for an everlasting covenant." So that's an everlasting covenant. That means forever. It says, "Saying unto thee, will I give the land of Canaan, the lot of your inheritance." Now we all know that the land of Canaan right now is the land that they call Africa, with the 53 countries in it, right? So this is just more confirmation that he gave our forefathers the land as an inheritance. Now let's see a little detail to where some of these places are. And we're gonna do that by scripture. All right. Now, let me see. Okay. And this is Zephaniah chapter 2, verses 4. And it says, for Gaza shall be forsaken, and Ashkelon a desolation. They shall drive out Ashdod at the noonday, and Ekron shall be rooted up. Now, we know Gaza, or the Gaza Strip, is in the Middle East, right? Okay. Now I'm gonna keep reading. Then it says, "Woe unto the inhabitants of the seacoast, the nation of the Cherethites. The word of the Lord is against you." Now, who is the Cherethites? We already know those are Hamites. Those are the African nations that's over there now. And it says, uh, it said, "Woe unto the inhabitants of the seacoast, the nation of the Cherethites. The word of Yahweh is against you, O Canaan. Canaan is the Hamites. And then it said the land of the Philistines, which is the Hamites. I will even destroy thee, that there shall be no inhabitants. So he's going to remove them. He's going to destroy them off that coast because he got to make way for his people to come in and inhabit that place because this is the land of our heritage, right? It says, so the so-called Africans, the Hamites, they're going to be destroyed off the coast of Africa and throughout the land of Canaan, aka what they call Africa now. And it says, and the seacoast shall be dwellings and cottages for shepherds and folds for flocks. So our people, we're going to use this particular area for farming and grazing with the animals and stuff like that, right? And it says, and the coast shall be for the remnant of the house of Judah. They shall feed thereupon. In the houses of Ashkelon shall they lie down in the evening, for Yahweh their power shall visit them and turn away their captivity. So when he turned away our captivity, once the Messiah comes and our captivity is turned away, these are the areas that we're going to leave from here and go to. And then, in the rest of the area, which is a great expanse of land, he says shall be for Judah. So all the people we went into captivity under, they're going to go into captivity under us. They say that anybody who was killed by us, who killed us will be killed by us, right? But to show you that this is what the Most High is saying, just let me go. I'm gonna go a little bit deeper. And this is Obadiah, and this is Obadiah 1:15. It said, "For the day of the Lord is near upon all the heathen. As thou hast done it, it shall be done unto thee. Thy reward shall return upon thine own head." So everything that these heathen, which are the other nations, everybody outside of Israel, everything that they done to us, we're going to do to them. It said, "For as ye have drunk upon my holy mountain, so shall all the heathen drink continually. Yea, they shall drink, and they shall swallow down, and they shall be as though they had not been." So as all these heathen, and the word heathen refers to all the nations who are not Israelites, once again. So that means every nation except us shall endure what we had to endure, and they shall be as though they were never over us. Why? Because our rule is going to be forever. And then it says, "But upon Mount Zion shall be deliverance, and there shall be holiness, and the house of Jacob shall possess their possessions." So, we were in poverty, throughout our captivities. And that's because they took everything from us, right? Everything that we had. We had great riches. King Solomon was the richest man on the planet and the most powerful man at that. So we're going to take back what rightfully belonged to us. All the possessions, that they have, we're going to take that shit back. And then it says, "And the house of Jacob shall be a fire." Oh my God. And then it says, "And the house of Jacob shall be a fire, and the house of Joseph a flame, and the house of Esau for stubble, and they shall kindle in them and devour them, and there shall not be any remaining of the house of Esau, for Yahweh have spoken it. So the house of Jacob shall be a fire, and the house of Joseph a flame, and Esau for stubble." That means when these missiles hit, it's going to destroy the leaders of this place. It's going to destroy all the leaders of this place, which is Esau. And the mighty men of Israel is going to do that once the Messiah cracks the clouds open, and our elect receive spiritual powers from Yahweh Hashem Yahushua, and Esau is going to be destroyed by fire. And, and his heaven shall be taken away from him. And then it says, "And they of the south shall possess the mount of Esau." Hold on. Yeah, and they say, "And they of the south shall possess the mount of Esau." So basically, what you need to know is that the kingdom of heaven is gonna take up all of these. This is gonna be the whole Middle East. It's gonna be not just Jerusalem and what they call Israel over there right now. That ain't our land. All of that is our land. All of that. The whole that's what the land that the Most High gave. All of that. It's not going to be a livable situation over here. They've already used up the natural resources that's over here in America. So there's not going to be anything left for a person to be able to survive over here on. Okay, now I'm gonna pull up something else. I'm gonna go to Revelations, and it's gonna show you what the kingdom of heaven is gonna look like. So let's go to Revelations. Okay. Uh, okay. I think I'm gonna start at 12. I think I'm gonna start at 21 and 12. And I'm gonna see right now. I might go a little bit up. Okay. Let's see. Okay. I'm gonna start at 9. This is Revelations 21 and 9. And it says, and there came unto me one of the seven angels, which had the seven vials full of the seven last plagues, and talked with me, saying, come hither, I will show thee the bride, the Lamb's wife. And he carried me away into the spirit to a great and high mountain, and showed me that great city, the holy Jerusalem, descending out of heaven from Yahweh, having the glory of Yahweh, and her light was like unto a most precious stone, even like a jasper stone, clear as crystal, and had a wall great and high, and had 12 gates, and at the gates 12 angels, and names written thereon. So that's one of the main cuts that tells you that that this kingdom of heaven that these Christians preach about. I don't know what kingdom they're preaching about, but that's not the same one that the Bible is talking about, because the one the Bible is talking about is made and designed for the 12 tribes of Israel. There's no gate for the other nations to come through. It's a gate for each one of the 12 tribes, and I'm gonna show you. And it says, and it had a wall great and high, and it had 12 gates, and at the gates 12 angels, and names written thereon, which are the names of the 12 tribes of the children of Israel. Now listen to this. It said, on the east 3 gates, on the north 3 gates, and on the south 3 gates, and on the west 3 gates. And the wall of the city had 12 foundations, and in them the names of the 12 disciples, or the 12 apostles of Yahushua. And it said, and he that talked with me had a golden reed to measure the city and the gates thereof. So I'm gonna show you something, because they'll teach you that this kingdom, that this heaven that they supposed to go to when you die or wherever, is supposed to be for everybody. But it's not for everybody. That's a myth. That's not what the scriptures are teaching. The scriptures are telling you that it is for the 12 tribes of Israel, for our people who are in their hell right now. This is going to be our heaven. Right now, all these other nations are in their heaven because they can do whatever they want to. They have never felt the judgment of Yahweh Shimei Shah. Only us. We're the only ones that ever felt the judgment of the Most High. That's why we went into captivity all those times. So, they don't get it. And this is what the kingdom of heaven is going to look like. It says, and the building of the wall of it was of jasper, and the city was pure gold, like unto clear glass. So he said, man, the streets were paved in gold. Everything was fabulous in this place. This is how it's gonna be. The streets look like glass because the gold is shining so hard. And then it says, and was garnished with all manner of precious stones. The first foundation was jasper, the second sapphire, the third chalcedony, the fourth an emerald, fifth sardonyx, the sixth sardius, the seventh chrysolite, the eighth beryl, the ninth a topaz, and the 10th a chrysoprase, or chrysoprasus. And it said the 11th a jacinth, and the 12th an amethyst. And the 12 gates were 12 pearls. Every several gate was of one pearl, and the street of the city was pure gold, as it were transparent glass. So this place is gonna be spectacular. It's gonna be like no place ever existed. And will there still be cities and stuff outside of this place? Sure. Sure, this kingdom is only for the 12 tribes of Israel. You know, and the cities that surrounding it, outside of it, is gonna be for the remnant of of the rest of the other nations that the Most High didn't destroy, because He's gonna leave uh, a remnant of every nation of people except the Edomites. You know, after 1,000 years of them serving us, they're gonna be destroyed utterly, according to Scripture. But this is what the kingdom is gonna look like. You know, I don't know what kind of picture they painted for you in the Tupac I Ain't Mad at You video, and what these movies and stuff try to paint the picture of through Christianity, that this pearly gates and there's gonna be people up there with suits on and all that shit. No, that's not gonna be like that. You know, and it's not gonna be, you're not gonna get up there kicking with your buddies and all that shit, because it ain't gonna be no up there. The scripture told you that the kingdom of heaven came down to earth, the New Jerusalem, from the scriptures I read. So we know that that's a lie. So this is what the kingdom of heaven is gonna look like. So yeah, I'm what I'm gonna do right now is I'm gonna end this video, but I have a video that I gotta do. I gotta talk to you guys about what's about to happen with this what's going on right now with the food stamp situation. What's gonna happen? Uh the RFID chip is coming closer and closer to being mandatory, especially starting in certain states like Wisconsin. And you know, I mean, for some reason, this place is so spiritual, spiritually connected to the prophecies, man, that it's a trip, you know, and there's a lot of stuff that's gonna happen. But as for right now, man, it's gonna tribulation is gonna start. Jacob's trouble is gonna start right here first. You watch what I tell you, because man, there's a lot of people here in Wisconsin, and they're gonna make an example out of Wisconsin, and they're gonna make an example out of three other states, you know, off the bat. They're gonna suffer. They're not gonna have shit to eat, and watch the crime rate soar. And when they do, people gonna snap out, and they're gonna they're gonna lash out because they're gonna need to feed their kids. And in return, Esau will be sitting around waiting for them to do it, so he can start putting tribulation and death on them, and incarcerating them. And when that happens, the world is gonna lash out at these places, and they're gonna try to shut this place down. The chip is coming though. It's gonna be a lot of stuff that's happening, and people don't get it. It's gonna happen, and we've been prophesizing it as the scriptures told us to. You know, putting it out there. But you know, those that don't take heed, like I put the post up, and a lot of people didn't. You know, a lot of people's like, nah, that ain't gonna happen. We will see Monday. You know, and that's the same shit they did when Noah was telling them that you know, the Lord sent them out there to prophesy to tell them people that the flood was coming, and they didn't pay them no attention. They just kept on going about life, marrying and having sex and partying and drinking and making merry, and then the storm came and it took them away. The scripture says it's going to be like the days of Noah when the Son of Man comes. It's going to be the same way. And right now, man, the prophecies that he gave us in Revelations, man, that he gave John, Revelator, we telling you what these prophecies is, man. The mark of the beast and all these other things, the famine of the world, all this shit is coming, man. You know, there's not one part of this scripture that have came back void, that the prophecy that's passed already. Everything has already come to pass. These things that we're teaching you right now, these are the last prophecies, man, and they're gonna come to pass also. So we gotta keep that in mind, man. You know, we gotta stay focused, man. You can't get caught up in this day-to-day spiritual bullshit that they got going on. You know, and it's mighty funny that throughout the whole thing, man, they prophesize. I mean, throughout the whole thing, these people put distractions in place for us to focus on while they doing other shit. You know, while you worrying about Bill Cosby, and you worrying about Cardi B and Nicki Minaj and all this other stuff that's going on, man, and Machine Gun Kelly and Eminem and all this bullshit that they put you to focus on. Meanwhile, they're taking your food stamps, and people that's gonna need them, they implementing further into their agenda that's in Revelations. You know, so by every time they do this, just know that there's a you watch this hand, I'm doing this. While you busy looking at this, I'm over here doing this. It's misdirection, you know. And I'm gonna do that video right now. So, like I said, I want to give all praises and glory to Yahweh Shemel Shai. I like to give double honor to the apostles, the great millstone, well, and I also like to give honor to the Akim that's out here pushing his truth and sincerity to the four corners. So, Shalom.